Welcome back to Breakheart Orchard. We spent a little time already working in the orchard today. You can see I'm sweating a bit. And now it's time to turn our eyes toward the build. Last night, we managed to get this last front panel in. Now that is, I want to say it's the last of our wall panels, but that isn't completely true. There's a wall panel that goes up above here. You can see that it rained quite a bit last night. I've got to get the wet back in here and get that out of here. But there's one more panel. We've got 5 fir beams that run from this wall up to that little wall that we created. They're going to set on that with a bird's mouth and be fastened to it with structural screws. And then on top of that, across the front, is one more wall panel on each side. That doesn't get put up there until the roof gets put on the bedroom. That's very exciting to us because we're really close to that. Today I've got some little ticky-tack annoying things I've got to run around here and try to take care of. There is still some blocking to be done at the very front of both sides. We're going to knock that blocking out. And I've got a few places here framing wise that I've got to come through and fix. I took the header out of this wall right here, the entryway to this bathroom, because we were putting the post in. So now I've got to go ahead and build that back in. It's not a big deal. I just got to knock it out. Now, last night we were able to take some pictures of the outside of the building, but I thought it would be nice to see it in the daylight. I went ahead and put the drone in the air. I'll throw that footage in here just to get a feel for the way that it's progressing. As you can see, from the front, it looks very big. When you're inside the house, I mean, it's not a small house by any stretch, but it's also not a mansion. From the front, though, it's rather grand, and it's going to give us exactly what we wanted when we moved out here, which is a feel for living with nature. Lots of light, lots of vision of the outside, rainstorms, snowstorms. Always have a view of the mountain. That's exactly what we're going for. I'm going to stay here and keep talking for a while. Maybe my wife will do all the work and I won't have to do anything. After working in the orchard this morning, it's just before noon. So we've got about 6 to 8 hours of good solid work that we can get in. We're expecting hot weather, close to 90 degrees. We're just gonna have to suck it up and deal with that. Well, the day is slipping away. I've got the other side blocked already. We had to take a little break, take care of something else that came up. Now we're back on the build. Now I went ahead and blocked these all in. Got it all blocked in. Got a couple more things I need to do. I'm gonna try to put the header in right down here. Trying not to hit my fingers. It'd be unfortunate. Now ordinarily you're going to come down through that top plate before you put the second one on top of it. But since I've already got this in place and got that put together, I'm going to come down through the top with some 8-inch structural screws and it's going nowhere. I also fastened the 2x4 support to it with a couple of 5 1/8 inch structural screws just to make sure that it can't go anywhere. I'm going to come back and reinforce this as well with another 2x4 right here turned sideways. I'm really not worried about the weight of the timbers that are going across there, but all the roof panels are going to be sitting on top of this post and beam and on top of this stick built section right here as well. Another day on the mountain has come to an end for us up here. We worked until dark like we often do. We're not going to be back up here for a couple of days probably, but we'll be up here once or twice during the week to try and tighten a few things up, get ready for our first inspection in a while and start putting the roof on. Welcome back to Breakheart Orchard. I want to take a moment to say thank you to all the people who have recently subscribed to us. Over the last week or two, we have had a great influx in traffic and the channel has picked up some momentum and we are right under 1,000. As most people know, when we hit 1,000, we qualify for monetization of our videos, and that's kind of a big deal for us. It'd be nice to be able to make a little bit of money on some of the videos and all the effort that we put into it. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to say thank you. Now today, we are up here after work, and I'm getting ready to work on a couple of small things that I need to do with the framing. I want to get the framing inspected before I start putting the roof on. And I've got two headers that need to be built. This past weekend, I went ahead and took care of this one here. This one, when we were putting the framing together, I don't remember if we were out of OSB at the time, but we put one part of the header in there. My son-in-law made sure I knew how to put the rest of it in there, and I got to build one for over here as well. So if I can get them both done tonight, that's awesome. If I get one of them done tonight, that's fine. Anything we can do to move forward is moving forward. And if you're just discovering us, this post and beam house with SIPS panel walls has been built over the last 8-9 months by myself and my wife, mostly. We've had a little bit of help from a friend, and we've had an extraordinary amount of help, especially with the framing, from my son-in-law. But the vast majority of what we did here was just my wife and I, and we're pretty proud of that. At first, my bride wanted to have a sliding door, a big entry here. So I left it open big enough so she could decide what she wanted. Now though, she doesn't want a sliding door. She wants a regular door to open in to a regular closet. So I gotta go ahead and make this smaller. Should have known that was gonna happen. That is in there. That ain't coming out. Boom. Well, let's see what we can see here. Maybe there's enough light to see that I am about to get this header in. If I can just get her to fit. I don't know. I think I got it.
Aww,
If you could get the nailer. Yep. Yeah, I'll take it if I can get it.
Awesome.
Well, there we go. There we go. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to go down through the top with some structural screws, as well as come in from the side with a structural screw or two, just to make sure that thing never goes anywhere. We've used up every bit of daylight we had available to us today. If we get another decent night this week, we'll come back out here and do a little bit more before the weekend comes.